Hello everybody, my name is Miguel Gutierrez. Today we're going to talk about the problem of graffiti in Albuquerque. Let's jump right into it. So, graffiti is not a new thing that is occurring in our city. It has been around for many years, but there hasn't been much talk of why it is dangerous or just unhealthy for the community. So, for one, graffiti damages property, private and public, and disintegrates the values of Albuquerque. Another thing that that is tied with graffiti, is the correlation between the amount of people that live in the city and the percentage of tagging that there is. Those two are very well connected. The last thing that this slide is talking about is that we're going to cover two options that I believe can help to solve this nuisance of a problem. So how bad is a problem? Well, the government every year tends to spend around $1 million to $2 million depending on the city. Of course, in bigger cities, it gets closer to $6 million like LA. So it is quite pricey to cover up and repair any damage done by graffiti. Graffiti also brings a bad rep to neighborhoods. It makes them look more dangerous, a bit dirtier just because of the fact that the tag is not where it belongs. It is on a wall that is very well painted already, and there's just a very awkward looking symbol on that wall that distracts from it, and it just does not look good in general. Here are some pictures that I found that I do believe may be from Albuquerque. The left two obviously are in Albuquerque, of course. The one on the top left says Albuquerque Door Company, and you can see it is a company looking to promote themselves, and it just has this ugly tag written over it that distracts from the title. You can barely see the title, and it's just very ugly, does not give good rep for the company anymore. The one on the bottom left is, of course, the very well-known bus benches, where people are very active users of buses sit there and just see this tagging, and it just does not make it any more appetizing to say, hey, let's go take the bus. You feel unsafe because of this tag. You're not sure why that tag is there. It may be gangs, it may be just another artist doing what he wants, but it just does not belong. Now, the other two pictures, the one on the top right, I just put that to show other acts of graffiti that can be found. Not sure if this was in Albuquerque, maybe an underground tunnel. But the one on the bottom right was another very important picture I needed to put in because it shows an everyday man working hard to get these graffiti tags covered. This is very important. This is where we spend tons of dollars in fixing this problem, because at times they may need to sandblast the walls. At times, like this man is doing, they may need to repaint the entire wall. And that's a lot of paint and a lot of man hours that can be avoided. So let's talk about who can be behind the can of paint. Like I said, at times it can be artists just looking to promote themselves. They see this as a free way of promotion, no matter where it is, but it is still not the proper way of promoting themselves. Another thing is graffiti can be affiliated with a lot of gangs. Gangs use graffiti as a way to mark their territories, quotes on territory. And this creates problems because opposing gangs can go into certain neighborhoods and see maybe a tag of an opposite gang, and this will create conflict because they will battle over that area and can lead to fights within that area of the city, and it at times may even lead to murders. So this is another problem that graffiti brings in a higher crime rate depending on where it is. So how can we solve this problem? Well, there's actually no real guarantee of how we can stop this problem. I did come up with two options that seemed reasonable at the time, but once again, there may be others that are yet to be explored. The first one is the easiest to accomplish. This is creating a neighborhood watch. Now, of course, this has no cost because this is all voluntary people from each area coming together to fight this nuisance. In this watch, they can come in and work out plans of maybe surveilling areas at certain times of night, but mainly just to keep an eye out for suspicious activity, or if they see a tag, to immediately bring it to people's awareness so it can be taken down, and at times to just keep a lookout of any potential taggers that can be caught in the act of tagging and immediately stop them and get them caught by the police to bring them to justice. Now, the second option is a little harder to achieve. This one is to create more gated communities, or also more communities that are under surveillance. Now this, unfortunately, can have a pretty high cost. If you're creating a gated community, you have to pay a lot of extra money just to create that boundary to enclose the area. Now this may be good because a lot of taggers will see this as an extreme way or extreme task to go over the fences to actually break into an area just to tag a meaningless tag. So they tend to be a lot safer because of that reason. Another thing is in the more public areas such as stores or downtown areas, we can't really gate those up. So this is where the surveillance comes in. We can help to put cameras in areas, but once again, this costs a lot, and not many people want to be under surveillance all the time. So this is very, very tricky. Of course, at times, cameras do have their very good benefits. They can catch people in the act, maybe in the middle of the night when no one else is around, but the camera will be. But like I said, both of these options have their benefits and, of course, their negative sides to them. So once again, I just want to say thanks for sitting here and listening to this. I hope in the future we can help create a better Albuquerque. It is going great so far, but there's still this nuisance that we must take care of. Thank you guys again for sticking with me. I hope you guys have a great day.